Welcome to Unnewsworthy, a brand new podcast bringing you the silliest stories from around the world to give you a bit of respite from the doom and gloom of today's news cycle. I'm James Keegan.
And I'm Nikhil.
Coming up in today's show,
a pickleball game takes a violent turn.
20 camels with BBLs disqualified from a beauty competition.
And the dismantling of Scotland's first and only African tribe.
All this and more on today's episode of Unnewsworthy. Right then, should we have a little catch up then?
Yes, please.
So, you were in Cyprus, weren't you?
I just got back 2 days ago and I had a great time with the missus, but it is the most Brit abroad place I've ever seen. It's bonkers.
Where did you go? Did you go to Napa?
We went to Paphos.
Oh, okay. That sounds like somewhere that would be like half nice.
It was nice. It was nice, really nice place, nice holiday. But so we're getting off the plane and queuing up in to scan your passports and whatnot. And I'm not joking, this is the first foreigner this lady in front of us has seen on this holiday, and she just berates her for not pointing her in the right direction in a timely enough manner. She just goes absolutely off on her. And then the shame I felt, when you have to like be overly nice when someone's been rude.
Oh no. Yeah.
What is wrong with these people?
I know that feeling, yeah, where you sort of want to like rescue their day.
Yeah, or at least like let her know that we're not all like this.
Yeah, but then
Brits abroad, man.
So what? She was. Well, I can kind of imagine the stature of this English woman.
So she had 2 kids with her.
Yeah.
And they didn't even look embarrassed.
Oh no! I can just picture like 2 11-year-olds in a pram.
No pram. There was like 13 and 11-year-olds, right? But no pram.
Oh no! What is it with Brits abroad? As soon as they get off the plane, they're like, "Oh, I'm here to take over."
Yeah, and I think I said foreigner, but she wasn't a foreigner. She was Cypriot. This lady's the foreigner.
That's awful. How was
grim.
So how was it where you were staying?
Oh, it was the first time I've ever done like a proper hotel pool holiday, like, where you're just sort of chilling in the hotel a lot of the time. It was nice though.
Oh, so is this a confession that you were a Brit abroad?
I was somewhat of a Brit abroad, yeah.
Oh, mate, that sounds great. I'd love to do that.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been up to?
I'm fucking off from Manchester, mate. I'm
heading back.
Yeah, I'm heading back to London. I don't know whether to classify this as a fail or not. A lot of great things in Manchester. It's not the city, it's me. It's yeah, so just had a bit of trouble with the flat and it just wasn't as good as what I thought it was when I first moved in. So sacking that off, there was like infestations and yeah, kind of random really, kind of a nightmare. So when I've had the opportunity with this tenancy now being cancelled, I thought, let me just go back to London for a bit and work things out. I feel like London's a place to be probably at the minute. And also I do have quite a funny story that I wanted to include for the catch up about Manchester. Oh. So I joined like a local Sunday league team. When I got here, I just went on Instagram and had a look at what teams were about, went for a couple of trials and actually did quite well, was doing well in training and yeah, I was enjoying it. And I finally got called up for a match. It was a couple of Sundays ago and it was pissing down with rain and I thought, fuck it, let me just get in the car and do this. Like I really was craving some 11-a-side, haven't played in a while. Got down there with all the lads from training, like put up the nets and everything and put up the corner flags, like ready to go for kickoff. Gaffer says, oh, you're not starting, you're on the bench, like the new boys are on the bench. Fair enough, I thought. It was 3 of us on the bench, we were all new, we hadn't played yet. So I thought, okay, fair enough, I'll come on at half time or something. Half time comes around, Manager comes over to us. Manager is a generous word there, by the way. I don't know what he's managing, but come over to us free at halftime and said, I'll bring you on in 5, 10 and 15 minutes. That's sort of the plan. So yeah, I thought that's all good. Like maximum I'll be coming on in 15 minutes. I'll get a good 20 minutes or half an hour on the pitch. 5 minutes goes by, nothing. 10 minutes goes by. I think he's now considering bringing on one of us, so he brings on one. 15 minutes goes by, nothing. 20 minutes goes by, brings on the second one. Now I'm the only one left on the bench. And it gets to about 70 minutes. He's like, oh, start getting ready. Bearing in mind, I've never been this cold in my life. Like, it's pissing down with rain. I'm literally shivering, like, in shorts and fucking socks. Running around, getting ready. He's like, oh, warm up. So I'm getting warm. And then I'm warm. I'm literally warm. And he keeps me on the side for so long that I get fucking cold again. 80 minutes. It comes to like 80 minutes. He's like, oh, get warm. So I get warm again. And now it's about 85th minute. He's like, oh, you can come on now. So I'm stood waiting to come onto the pitch, play for about genuinely 30 seconds. The only touch of the ball I got, my teammate tackled it off me. And then all of a sudden, both teams just started this all-out brawl, like swinging at each other.
No way.
I've never seen anything like it. Like, it was just so embarrassing. Like, both teams were like big old fucking grown-ass men were swinging at each other, like properly swinging. And I think in that moment, I just thought, fuck this.
Yeah.
Game got called off, actually. It was bizarre. Like, stood around in the rain for 2 hours, and then the game got called off. And then I went to training last week, and I had my hoodie on. It was like freezing again. Bearing in mind, by the way, I'd scored in every training session like so far. So I was like, I feel like I'm doing quite well here. And then the gaffer has a go at me. Why are your hands in your pockets? I don't acknowledge it. I just move on, sort of like take them out and just keep playing. And then like 20 minutes later, he goes, I just don't fucking get it. Why are your fucking hands in your pockets? Are you cold or something? And I said, yeah. And he said, well, fuck off home then. And I said, all right, then I will. I've never been back.
No way.
That was it for me. I just thought, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's Sunday League for you, though.
Yeah. It was the most Sunday League experience I've ever had. And I just want to preface, let's move on from that story. That took fucking ages. I don't know why I thought that was worth talking about. But I wanted to apologise for how I sound. I've got this blocked nose. You're also dying of something, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold as well.
Yeah, so sorry about that, guys, if we do sound strange. And you know what? There's another apology that needs to be made. Is the monkey story from last week. How old was that?
Only about 11 years.
Yeah, we missed the mark on that one, but it was very funny anyway, so... but yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
So speaking of sporting brawls, I've got our first headline of the week. Florida couple arrested following 20-person pickleball brawl. So
okay, go on.
I'm going to get straight into this. So the scene is a country club in Port Orange, Florida, and it all starts off pretty normal with a friendly game of pickleball. For anyone unfamiliar, pickleball is basically tennis, but a little bit easier. Things went downhill pretty quickly, though, when the match got heated after Anthony Sapienza accused his opponent of crossing into a restricted area of the court. Verbal insults ensued, which I unfortunately do not have any quotes of. It's all still fairly normal, though, slightly over-competitive, but, you know, it happens. Things then took a turn when Sapienza punched his opponent before striking him in the face with a pickleball paddle.
Jeez.
Sapienza then pushed his opponent's wife to the ground when she tried to break up the fight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think these two are going to get any double dates in the calendar anytime soon. A third man tried to break up the fight, only for Sapienza to punch him too.
Oh my God, this guy's... What is going on with him?
His wife, Julianne, then began attacking the Good Samaritan on the ground.
Jesus.
So she's involved. She's getting right stuck in. The couple then fled the scene to their home, where police swiftly arrested them. Now, the setting of the country club might have provided some clues about the ages of those involved, but I'm just going to spell it out for you. Sapienza, the man, is 63, and his wife, who's 51, and they're both facing felony battery charges. And this is where it gets a little bit sad, actually. The Good Samaritan, who was tag teamed by the duo, was 70 years old.
Oh my God.
The couple have pleaded not guilty, so it'll be interesting to see what defense they can offer up, but that's the pickleball brawl.
So what, have they gone for not guilty, is there just no cameras around or something?
Well, there's a lot of witnesses, so
Yeah,
I think there were 7 or 8 people that saw this happen. Yeah.
Gee. And I suppose like 63, it sounds old, but that's Florida years, isn't it? It's like dog years. He's probably ripped.
Well, yeah, he I wouldn't say he looks ripped, but he doesn't look like someone to be fucked with, let's say that.
That's insane. I mean, how heated can a game of pickleball really get? Well, that heated, I suppose.
It's just insane to push your opponent's wife to the ground. And then my favorite part of it, I know this is horrible, but the wife getting involved. Why does she have to do that?
Oh my God, they're serious trouble. Are they from Florida?
They are from Florida, and they're facing 15 years in jail.
Oh my God. That's some way to spend your retirement. Like, surely just enjoy the game of pickleball.
That's great. In a country club, and the country club have distanced themselves and said that these two weren't members of the country club, and they've now been banned.
Well, they can't really distance themselves if that's where it happened. I mean, good attempt at it, but...
But they're saying these weren't country clubbers.
So what, he got irate? He got irate because the ball went out, and the other guy wouldn't accept that, the 70-year-old.
Essentially, yeah. Essentially, it was a falling out over the rules of the game.
Oh my God. And yeah, pickleball, that is fun. I got kind of into it when I was in Florida. I played it a bit. But people take it way too seriously, as we've seen from that, evidently.
So you've played Florida pickleball?
Yeah, I gave it a go for a bit, because when I was out there, it like had just started, I think, in the last couple of years when I was there. And everyone was playing it. They had like pickleball clubs and stuff. So I actually owned a bat. I owned a pickleball bat.
Did you smash anyone over the face with it?
No, I sort of wish I did, though. But then I'd be facing 15 years in a federal prison in Florida. 20 competitors have been disqualified from this year's Camel Beauty Show Festival in Oman.
Competitors?
Yeah, I wanted to include that there, so the first half of that sounded like it might actually be somewhat serious, but 20 camels have been banned from this year's festival after inspectors discovered the camels had been injected with botox, dermal fillers, and hyaluronic acid. That's one of the hardest words to say. The cocktail of fillers were used to give the camels bigger humps, poutier lips, and softer faces. Well, you might ask, why on earth would anyone harm a camel into looking like Kim K? According to The Independent, there was actually $60 million in prize money up for grabs for the prettiest camels, and a win at the 40-day festival means more tourism, investment, and a higher sale price when the animal is sold on. And it's actually not the first time this has happened. 12 camels were banned nearly 10 years ago in 2018 for Botox injections, and 40 were disqualified in 2021 for having stretched noses.
I mean, would these surgeries make a camel better looking?
That's a good question. I was wondering the same thing. I mean, how good looking can a camel actually be? These guys seem to think pretty good looking.
Nice.
So judges at the event now used advanced technology, whatever that means, to uncover tampering with camels. All contestants are first led into a hall where their external appearance and movements are examined by specialists before they undergo an X-ray and other tests on their heads, necks, and torsos. This is actually how they found out that 20 of them had actually been injected with Botox fillers and hyaluronic acid, which it seems very cruel.
Yeah, definitely. Parading these camels. I mean, I'm thinking more about, it's pretty weird, a camel beauty contest in the first place. The hard drives of those involved definitely need to be checked, but I'm thinking about the crowd. Who's turning up to this? I'm thinking that, these sort of quite strange child beauty pageants that happen, and there's often stories of people in the crowd, not being related or involved with any of the children there. And that's obviously extremely disturbing. I think the crowd of the camel beauty contest might be of the same ilk.
I've never given any thought to that about like the child pageant thing. I never even thought, yeah, there actually has to be people in the crowd.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's just people who want to be there.
Oh, how do parents like justify that to themselves?
It's very strange. I couldn't ever imagine doing that to one of my future children.
Some people really live vicariously through their children. It's weird.
It's strange. It is very strange.
Well, while we are on the topic of camels and the potential crowd, have you seen that Paul Pogba can't get enough of them?
Camels?
Yeah, I'm glad you haven't heard of this.
No.
Pogba's recently become a shareholder and ambassador for the first professional camel racing team, Al Haboob. So Al Haboob raced camels across the UAE and the Gulf and said Paul's involvement has been transformational. Pogba told BBC Sport, "I've watched my fair share of camel races on YouTube and spent time doing research in my spare time trying to work out the techniques and strategies. Whether it's football, boxing or camel racing, the foundations are similar. You need determination, focus, discipline and grit. That's what makes champions at the end of the day."
So when the whole narrative around Paul Pogba was that he needs to focus on his football? They were right. They were right. He was researching camel racing.
I find it funny where he's like, whether it's football, boxing or camel racing, like you just snuck that bit in.
One of those is not the same, Paul.
Yeah. No one's ever said those three sports in a row. And if you're wondering where he's been, Paul Pogba is currently at Monaco after making just 8 appearances for Juventus between 2022 and 2024, while serving an 18-month ban for doping. Pogba maintains it was a mistake and that he was given a supplement without knowing it contained a bad substance.
So we've got camels doping, we've got Paul Pogba doping.
Yeah, that's
it's all come full circle. That's fantastic. I mean, camel BBLs is insane.
I think it'd be more interesting if Pogba got a BBL.
Oh yeah, that would be good. And then race the camel. Well, we've got Pogba and camel racing, and I've got a very strange racing story of my own.
Here we go.
So 2026 marks the first ever sperm racing World Cup.
Oh, nice.
The organisers have compared the event to Formula One, or I've got in brackets Formula Spunk. I'm not sure if that's a very good one, but we'll see if that makes it in. And the prize is an eye-watering $100,000. So this competition actually started at grassroots level when 2 pretty normal American students decided to have a private semen contest to see whose was the fastest. They had such a blast that they've opened up the tournament to the world and they're taking it pretty seriously. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll have some serious questions to ask here. How does this work? Do participants unleash hell at the same time? Are they in a room together? Like, what's the logistics here? Well, they've called competitors athletes, and these athletes will have to submit a sample in order to be chosen to represent their country. The sample will go through various lab tests to determine its speed, and once selected, participants will compete in qualifier rounds, followed by head-to-head matchups, tournament eliminations, and eventually a final. So there's actually quite a good reason for the competition. The organisers are trying to highlight the declining fertility of men, which is apparently heavily connected to how fast your sperm moves. So, if any competitive men want to write their name in the jizz books, you know what to do.
Nice.
Do you like that last line?
So
that was good.
Are you entering then? Is this your declaration?
Well, so 128 countries are competing. I don't think I have the facilities to represent the UK. I don't think I've got it like that.
128 countries. I'm surprised they managed to get a person from every country there who's willing to actually take part in this.
Well, the $100,000 prize, money talks.
And how do you get better at this? Is it like going to the gym?
Well, there are ways to improve your fertility, including exercise and diet, but also, and this is a big one for me, not keeping your laptop on your lap.
Oh, really? What?
So apparently this heats up the process and it's to do with enzymes and substrates and whatnot, and the optimal temperature can be lost if your laptop is constantly on your lap.
So for the layman, it's frying your bollocks.
Essentially, yeah, yeah.
What's been on my mind the whole time since you started that story is the first ever sperm race. Like, I just want to know what was going on in that room. Like, I've seen how they do it now with the actual thing. It's like quite scientific and it's like, you know, it's done in a lab and it's projected onto a screen and blah blah blah. How the fuck did they do the first one?
The grassroots one.
Grassroots sperm racing. Do they just wank onto a plate and then see what happens?
see which one hits the end first.
They just didn't have any biscuits.
Yeah. So one thing to really to hammer home is that it's not a jizzing competition. It's a molecular. It's about how fast the individual sperm moves, as opposed to how fast someone's shoulder shakes.
Yeah, it's not a wanking competition. Get your head out the gutter, guys.
No.
This is serious
Because
scientific stuff.
Yeah, and if it was a wanking competition, believe us,
We'd
we'd
both
be
be
the
there.
We're more humanities instead of sciences, maybe.
Sticking on the topic of biology, I've actually got another story about the human body here today. When Tommy Lynch from Derbyshire woke up with bright blue skin, his housemate Dell, who works as a carer, was terrified that Tommy might be suffering from oxygen deprivation. So I've got a picture of Tommy's hand here for you to have a look at.
I am having a look at that. Have you seen Avatar?
Exactly. He looks, he is genuinely bright blue. He looks like an avatar or a Smurf.
Smurf.
And I like the caption they've put: Tommy Lynch's blue hand alongside a normal hand. As if we need.
I mean, that other hand isn't even that normal. That's quite a strange hand, actually.
So Dell, the carer, his housemate, rushed Tommy to A&E, the 42-year-old builder to A&E. Tommy told SWNS, "I had to walk up to the desk and I didn't even know what to say. Hi, I've woken up blue." The doctor said they'd never seen someone that colour before and still been alive. I looked like an avatar. Everyone in the reception of A&E was staring at me like they'd seen a ghost. So obviously very serious stuff here. The staff are worried, they're panicking. Everyone's running around trying to work out what's wrong with Tommy. So Lynch was immediately put on an oxygen supply by worried staff and waited to be seen by a doctor. And when the doctor arrived, they cracked open an alcohol wipe and rubbed Tommy's arm, only to discover the blue came right off. And after a moment of reflection, Tommy realised he had been dyed blue by his brand new bed sheets, which Dell had gifted to him just 2 days before. Tommy said, "I never knew you had to wash your sheets before you slept on them. The day before, I'd shook hands with someone and they looked like blue, but then I thought I was just cold. The first thing I did when I got home was wash my sheets. I haven't gone blue since."
Oh, Tommy boy.
It took a week of baths for Tommy to get the dye off of his skin, during which the water ended up blue every time. And I've got a question for you. Do you wash your bed sheets and towels when you buy them? Because I feel like it's one of those necessary evils.
I honestly can imagine myself not doing that and waking up blue and being terrified.
Just being Tommy.
Yeah. Being absolutely terrified. But I mean, do all bed sheets do that? Is that like a low quality bed sheet that would do that?
Well,
to
you would think it's low quality, but I was reading the article and it was like 40 quid bed sheets or some shit.
Oh, that's
steep.
That's not Wilco.
No, you don't expect to wake up blue, do you?
No. And matey boy gifted them to him.
So yeah, his mate gifted them to him and then told him he'd had oxygen deprivation.
And it was not a prank.
It wasn't a prank, but the whole time I'm reading this, it feels like it.
Could be a hoax.
Could be, but Tommy seemed pretty fucking terrified by the whole ordeal. He said he was on the phone to his mum the whole time, and she was actually advocating for him to go to the hospital. She thought, seeing that picture, to be fair, you would think something's seriously wrong with the bloke.
You definitely have to go to hospital. Yeah. It does, but even looking at it now, it does look like it's coming out of him.
It's like seeping out of him.
It does. For my next story, here is the headline. African tribes stake their claim to Scottish woodland. This is one of the most insane stories I've ever read, and it's continued to unfold over the past 6 months or so.
Okay. I didn't know there was an update. Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat now.
It's unfolded and it's unfolded. So the tribe seem to believe that Jedburgh, Scotland, was stolen from their ancestors 400 years ago. Now, the word tribe might be a bit of a stretch. The group consists of 3 members: a king, Kofi from Ghana, a queen, Jean from Zimbabwe, and bizarrely, Cora Taylor, a waitress from Texas.
Yeah, I was always wondering about the third one there. How did she get involved in this?
Yeah, so I couldn't find this anywhere, but her mother's very worried about her being brainwashed by this tribe, which I'd say is probably fair enough. So the biggest question I had from this is what is the lineage? What is their claim to this land? So King Kofi has claimed to be a direct descendant of Mary, Queen of Scots, who stayed in Jedburgh.
Wait, so that's the tie?
That's the tie.
Oh my. Okay.
So she stayed in Jedburgh for a month in 1566.
So
that's it. That's the basis of their claim to the land. So when I first read this story, I was really hoping that these were African Scots, like black Scots who had grown up in Scotland, but they're not. They're the two ringleaders are African, because I just had this amazing vision of these black Scots refusing to be evicted. Hey, you can't evict me, man. This is the kingdom of Kabbalah. But no, unfortunately not. So the authorities successfully evicted the group in October, only for the trio to move 20 feet away and set up camp there. They don't recognise any courts. They just moved away.
20 foot. It's hardly a move, is it?
And think about the amount of court rigmarole that had to go into this, and then they've just moved 20 feet away. They don't
want to caveat
courts.
this.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say, I just want to caveat this, by the way. You might be thinking Kingdom, they've got some elaborate camp set up there. I think it's about 2 tents in it, or maybe even 1.
Yeah. It's 2 tents and a lot of bags for life.
It's a familiar sight, but it's never been described as a kingdom before.
Yeah, exactly that. So they don't recognise courts or use any currency. So Sheriff Peter Patterson's order that the group were to leave the Holy Land and pay the owner of the land the cost of eviction, they landed on deaf ears. While the Kingdom of Kabbalah probably won't be recognised by the UN anytime soon, they have gained fans from around the world. Merchandise has even popped up on Etsy, with Kingdom of Kabbalah t-shirts selling for £19.
Are they?
This isn't officially... Go.
Are they behind that? Are they the ones selling the t-shirts, or is someone just grifting off of this?
Well, this isn't officially designed or retailed by the tribe, but since they don't recognise any court or currency, I guess it's fair game.
Yeah, what would they do with the money anyway?
I don't know, but I saw a picture and they had a can of Sainsbury's kidney beans on the go.
Delicious.
Yeah, so probably buy more kidney beans. What a story! And I have some unfortunate news for any fans of the Kingdom of Kabbalah. Kofi, the king, and Cora, the waitress from Texas, have been arrested on suspicion of immigration charges.
No way.
And as of today, there's nothing to be found of the Kingdom of Kabbalah.
Oh, no. No.
Some good news, though. Jean from Zimbabwe clearly was here on a legitimate visa. She didn't get arrested.
What's she up to? You working in Mackey's now?
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing, but there's hope. There is hope that the Kingdom of Kabbalah can rise from the ruins, but their leader and the person who I think is behind it all, Kofi, is under detention for immigration offences.
There's such a real ending to such a beautiful fantasy story. It's like he's just in a fucking detention center now.
And he just didn't get his visa. If he did that properly, then he'd be roaming free.
But I suppose he won't recognise his deportation anyway.
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, what a tie to a random bit of land.
I can't believe they've dismantled the kingdom. I hope another king comes and surges to power
And rebuilds. Yeah. Surges the power. All you got to do is be there.
All you got to do is go Halfords and buy a tent. You can be a king too, guys.
But I don't know how they bought the tent with no currency.
I don't recognise it, mate. Just walked in and took what they needed.
So something I didn't mention and didn't really want to mention is that they have quite a large TikTok following. So this is they have 100,000 followers on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What do they post?
Maybe this is a B. I actually don't know. I didn't want to give them the attention because this is partly seems like a big elaborate stunt, and the real sad part of the story is that Cora Taylor, she left her home in Texas. Her mother's very worried about her being brainwashed. I think she found the tribe on social media.
Oh, scary stuff. Didn't she bring her kid with her?
I don't have that.
I think I might be mistaken there, but I feel like she even took a baby with her, which is even more nuts, really.
That makes it much worse. Much worse.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, she brought her baby with her.
Well, so she'll be back to Texas soon then.
Yeah, she'll be back home, and that can only be a good thing.
And for my final story this week, we're actually heading back across the pond with her. Mississippi man Patrick Alexander was in court a couple of weeks ago, having been ordered to pay a $250 bond on a trespassing charge. He attended the court date, he was there, and he handed 3 $100 bills to the judge and said, "Keep the change." So all's well.
Nice.
Gave him $300. He owed $250. Keep the change. Unfortunately for Patrick, as he left the courthouse, the judge turned over the notes, only to realise that they were discoloured and had Chinese writing on them. They then verified the notes were fake with a detection pen, and Patrick is now back in custody and facing an additional charge of forgery.
Oh, did he run out? Did he run out or did he walk?
I have no idea how he left, but you can almost picture him like trying to walk slowly so it didn't look shifty.
Like he was running, checking his mirrors every 5 seconds.
I feel like keep the change is the final piss take. Like that's what sets off the alarm bells. Like, why is this guy willing to give us 300 quid?
Yeah, I mean, what was the charge? Trespassing, did you say?
Yeah, trespassing. So, and he looks like he has.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
So he's got some notes from Temu then?
Yeah, no idea where he's got these notes, but you'd think the people who are making the fake notes would be clever enough not to put Chinese writing on it.
Yeah. So the front side is just a regular American bill.
I don't know if both sides have Chinese writing on them, but I picture like the front side sort of looking half normal. Then you turn it around and it's just fucking yen.
Why would you think you could get away with that?
It's a strange one. It's a real strange one. Surely you would use that money and try and scam someone into giving you real money. Like you wouldn't go direct to the court with it, would you?
Yeah, right. You try to do a little exchange outside of the court.
Yeah. Well, he's back in.
It's audacious.
So
he's back inside.
Yeah, they've got him again. He's now facing the judge again, but is now facing an additional charge of forgery, which is severely more serious than trespassing. So good luck to him.
Good luck. And is he facing the same judge?
I think he's still... Oh, is he facing the same judge? Good question.
Because if that's a judge with a grudge, he could be facing some serious time.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hope for his sake it's not the same judge.
Although maybe he deserves it. You can't be doing that.
Yeah, it's a bit cheeky, isn't it? I think the keep the change is the part that is just the most.
Yeah.
That's just so cheeky.
Like he's doing them.
Yeah, yeah. You're welcome, mate.
I mean, do they even accept that? Would they accept to keep the change agreement? I'm surprised they did.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. So the judge was, he was happy to keep the change until he saw it was a Chinese note.
Yeah, exactly. Was he going to pocket that, or was he going to give that to the court?
Yeah, cheeky bastard. He probably only snitched because he realised it was fake.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at this judge now. Let's do some digging into him.
And unfortunately, that's all we have time for this week.
If you enjoyed this episode of Unnewsworthy, please consider subscribing and leaving us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.